She texted, "I'm not wasting my 20s with someone who's broke." She dumped me before I even got home from clearing out my desk. She didn't know the startup I interviewed with offered me equity and a signing bonus. When she spotted me stepping out of a company car at the mall, she messaged, "Can we talk?" I made a mistake. My answer made her leave the chat instantly. I'm 35, and up until 6 months ago, I thought I had my life together. I was working at a mid-sized tech company doing software architecture, pulling a decent salary, nothing flashy, but comfortable. My girlfriend of 2 years, Maya, was 28 and working in marketing at a fashion brand. We lived in separate apartments, but spent most nights together. Everything seemed fine, or so I thought. The problem started when my company announced restructuring. They were cutting costs, consolidating teams, and my entire department was on the chopping block. I found out on a Tuesday morning in March. They gave us 2 months severance and wished us luck. I was stressed, obviously, but not panicking. I had savings, I had experience, and I'd already been casually interviewing with a few places because I'd seen the writing on the wall. One of those places was a startup, small team, about 30 people, working on AI-powered data analytics tools. The founder had reached out to me on LinkedIn months earlier, and we'd been having informal conversations. The week I got laid off, they asked me to come in for a formal interview. I told Maya that night over dinner at her place. She was making pasta, and I was sitting at her kitchen counter watching her cook. "So they finally pulled the trigger," I said. "Laid off the whole department today." She stopped stirring the sauce. "Wait, you're unemployed?" "Technically, yes. But I have that startup interview on Friday, and I've got a few other leads. I'll be fine." She put down the spoon and turned to face me. "How long until you find something?" "I don't know. Could be a few weeks, could be a couple months. But I've got severance to cover me, and my savings are solid." She didn't say anything for a moment, just looked at me with this expression I couldn't quite read. Then she went back to cooking. "Well, I'm sure you'll figure it out," she said, but her tone was off. Distant. The rest of the week was weird. She was suddenly busy every evening. Couldn't meet for dinner, had late meetings, needed to catch up with friends. I didn't think too much of it. I was focused on preparing for the startup interview. Friday came. The interview went incredibly well. I met with the founder, the CTO, and 2 senior engineers. We talked for 3 hours. They showed me their roadmap, their funding situation, their vision. By the end of it, the founder pulled me aside. "We want you," he said. "Let me talk to our board, and I'll have an offer letter to you by Monday. Fair warning, the base salary will be slightly lower than what you're probably used to, but we're offering significant equity and a signing bonus to make up for it." I walked out of that building feeling better than I had all week. I texted Maya, "Interview went great. They're sending an offer Monday. Want to celebrate tonight?" She responded 2 hours later, "Can't tonight. Tomorrow?" The next day was Saturday. I spent the morning cleaning my apartment and packing up the last of my stuff from my old office. They'd let us come in on weekends to clear out our desks. I got home around 2 p.m., and that's when my phone buzzed. It was a text from Maya. "I've been thinking a lot this week. I don't think this is working anymore. I'm not wasting my 20s with someone who's broke. I need stability, and you can't give me that right now. I'm sorry. Please don't call me." I stood in my apartment, still holding the box of desk supplies from my old job, and read that message 3 times. Then I sat down on my couch and just processed. She dumped me before I even got home from clearing out my desk. Before I could tell her about the offer that was coming. Before anything. I didn't call her. I didn't text back. I just sat there. Monday came. The offer letter arrived at 10 a.m. Base salary was about 15% lower than my old job, but the equity package was substantial, enough that if the company succeeded even moderately, I'd be looking at a life-changing payout in a few years. The signing bonus was $40,000. I signed it that afternoon. Update 1. The first month at the new job was intense. Startup life is different, faster, more chaotic, but also more exciting. I was building things that mattered, working with people who actually gave a damn, and for the first time in years, I felt like I was moving forward instead of just existing. I didn't hear from Maya at all. I'd deleted her number, unfollowed her on social media, and moved on. Or at least, I was trying to. About 6 weeks in, the company gave me access to a corporate car service for client meetings. Nothing crazy, just a black sedan with a driver when I needed it. The CFO explained it was cheaper than reimbursing mileage and made us look more professional. I used it a few times for client visits downtown, and it felt surreal. 6 months ago, I was worried about parking costs, and now I had a driver. 2 months after starting the job, I had a Saturday free and decided to hit the mall to buy some new work clothes. The startup was casual, but I had a big client presentation coming up and wanted to look sharp. I arranged for the car service, technically for work purposes since I was buying work clothes, and the CFO had said we could use it for work-adjacent stuff on weekends. The driver dropped me off right in front of the main entrance. As I was getting out, I heard someone say my name. I turned around and saw Maya standing there with 2 shopping bags, staring at me like she'd seen a ghost. "Hey," I said, because I couldn't think of anything else. She looked at me, then at the car, then back at me. Do you have a driver?" "It's a company car. For client meetings." "You have a company car?" "Well, access to one. It's not like it's mine." She just stood there, processing. Then she smiled. That same smile she used to use when she wanted something. "Wow. That's great. Where are you working now?" "A startup downtown. AI analytics." "That's amazing. I'm so happy for you." She shifted her bags to one hand and touched my arm with the other. "Hey, do you have a minute? Maybe we could grab coffee?" "I'd love to hear about it. I'm actually pretty busy. Shopping for work stuff." "Right, of course. But maybe. It's been a while. I'd love to catch up properly." I looked at her. Really looked at her. She was wearing new clothes, expensive ones. Her hair was different. She looked good. But all I could see was that text message. "I don't think that's a good idea," I said. Her smile faltered. "Come on, don't be like that. I know things ended badly, but..." "Badly? Maya, you dumped me via text because I lost my job. You didn't even give me a chance to tell you I had something lined up." I was scared. I panicked. "I made a mistake, okay? Can we please just talk about this?" "There's nothing to talk about." I walked into the mall and left her standing there. Update 2. That night, I got a message request on Instagram. "Maya, can we talk? I made a mistake. I've been thinking about you a lot, and I realize I overreacted. You didn't deserve that text. I was going through stuff, and I took it out on you. Can we please just have one conversation?" I stared at that message for a solid 10 minutes. Part of me wanted to ignore it. Part of me wanted to tell her exactly what I thought of her. But mostly, I just wanted to be done with it. I typed, "You made your priorities clear when you dumped me for being broke. I'm not interested in being with someone who only wants me when I'm successful. Good luck with everything." She started typing immediately. The 3 dots appeared and disappeared several times. Then, "That's not fair. I cared about you. I just got scared about the future." I responded, "You cared about my stability, not me. There's a difference." More typing. Then, "So that's it? You won't even give me a chance to explain. You had 2 years to show me who you were." The text message just confirmed it. "I'm moving on. You should too." I blocked her before she could respond. The next day, I got a text from a number I didn't recognize. "Hey, it's Maya. I got your number from our mutual friend. Please don't block this one. I just need you to understand that I made a mistake. I was immature, and I'm sorry. Can we please meet up and talk about this like adults?" I showed it to my coworker during lunch. He laughed. "Dude, she saw the car, and now she wants back in. Classic. I know. What are you gonna do?" "Nothing. I'm done with this." I blocked that number too. But Maya wasn't done. Over the next week, she tried 3 more times, different numbers, Instagram from a new account, even a message through LinkedIn. Each one was some variation of, "I made a mistake, and we should talk." I ignored all of them. Update 3. A month later, I was at a work happy hour with my team. We were celebrating closing a major client deal, and everyone was in good spirits. I was at the bar ordering another round when someone tapped my shoulder. I turned around, and there she was. "Maya, at my company's happy hour. How did you?" I asked your coworker where you guys were going. "The one who posts everything on Instagram." I felt my jaw tighten. "You need to leave. I just want 5 minutes. Please." "No. Why are you being so stubborn?" "I made a mistake. People make mistakes." My coworker, the one who'd apparently posted our location, came over. "Everything okay here?" "Yeah." She was just leaving. Maya looked at him, then back at me. "I'm not leaving until you talk to me. Then I'll call security." Her eyes widened. "You wouldn't. Try me." We stood there for a long moment. The bar had gotten quieter. People were watching. Maya realized she was making a scene. "Fine," she said. "But you're making a huge mistake. We were good together." "Were we?" "Because I seem to remember you dumping me via text the second things got uncertain. I was scared. And I was unemployed. One of those is temporary. The other is who you are. She opened her mouth to respond, but nothing came out. Then she grabbed her purse and walked out. My coworker looked at me. X. Yeah. Yikes. Yeah. The next morning, I woke up to one final message from Maya. You're right. I was shallow and I hurt you. I'm sorry. I hope you find someone who deserves you. I didn't respond, but I didn't block her either. I just left it on read and moved on with my day. Final update. It's been 4 months since the mall incident. The startup is doing well. We just closed Series B funding and my equity is looking very promising. I got promoted to senior architect last month, and my base salary is now higher than my old job ever was. I'm seeing someone new. She's a project manager at a nonprofit, makes about 1/3 of what I do, and doesn't care at all about the company car or the equity or any of it. We met at a bookstore, bonded over sci-fi novels, and have been taking things slow. It's nice. It's real. I saw on Instagram, through a mutual friend's story, that Maya is dating someone new. He looks like a finance bro, good for her. I hope she's happy. I genuinely do. As for me, I learned something important through all this. Someone who only wants you when you're winning was never really in your corner. They were just along for the ride. And when things got bumpy, they jumped out of the car before it even had a chance to crash. The irony is that my car never crashed. It just switched lanes. And I'm driving a lot better without her in the passenger seat. Edit. A lot of people have asked if I ever found out how she got into the happy hour. Turns out my coworker had posted a story tagging our location, and Maya had been watching his Instagram. He felt terrible and apologized profusely. We're cool now. Edit 2. Someone asked about the equity situation. Without getting too specific, if the company exits at our current valuation trajectory, I'm looking at a 7-figure payout in 2 to 3 years. Even a modest exit would be life-changing money. The startup gamble paid off.